Before I begin this video, I'd like to apologize for the quality. I know I've apologized for background noise and things like that in the past couple videos I've made, but I feel the need to constantly do it just for new viewers and things like that. Could just be an insecurity, but it could also just be that I personally don't like to make videos that aren't of decent quality. I prefer to plan and have a nice backdrop, something more professional, I guess is the word I'm looking for, and this just, it eats me alive knowing that I can't right now. So I do apologize for that. If that's a problem, you might want to click off the video. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, YouTube. So as you can tell, this is a G.I. Joe classified review. Classified series review, actually. This is Duke. This is the, I believe, the alternate outfit. So I'm not a huge G.I. Joe fan. Not really, what do you call it? I'm not really cultured with the classified line. I know that there is kind of like the main line, then there's a Cobra Island line. There's like 50 plus figures already in the past year or two that they've been doing it, and they're pretty much just a all-American hero modern update, it seems like. That is the only relation I have to G.I. Joe. Was watching I believe it's, of course, the live action movies, the two that there are, all-American hero reruns, because I'm not an 80s child. And what is it, Renegades? Yeah, I think that's what it is, Renegades, like the early 2000s cartoon. That's pretty much my only, as far as it goes, G.I. Joe anything. So first, I would like to show you the packaging. As you can tell, the front kind of looks reminiscent of All-American Hero. I know that Duke was pretty much the face of G.I. Joe, besides Snake Eyes, from what I remember. I do like this on the side. It's been called different things, the symbols. I don't really know what they're for. Also, the continuation, unlike other boxes, I do appreciate that this is coated. Not necessarily coated, but wrapped around in plastic. This is the same plastic from the shell of the front, but it continues onto that specific side instead of just having the cardboard. Here's the picture that is kind of the old art before the characters. Since Duke is number 4 in the line, is before all of the additions, the changes to the artwork. I do have Lady J. That is going to be my second review for classified line, and the only other current classified figure that I own. I would like to get Snake Eyes. A couple of the other main characters that are currently on the picture in front of you. Honestly, any of those are pretty cool. Can't remember all the names right now. I know I want the newest ones that just came out like a week or two ago. Like the Alley Viper, if I'm saying that right, and then a couple other ones. Here's the side. It is just a simple continuation of that with Duke at the top as well. And then the top, just another number 4, more G.I. Joe logo. And then the bottom just has like information. I got this from Amazon, so that's why that sticker's sitting there. Okay, so I broke him out of his box. That was a little tedious. His pistol was taped, so that was a little bit of a problem. He has 4 accessories, and then I guess you could call his belt, his bandolier, and his holster an accessory on his body. So a total of 7 accessories. Unfortunately, I think mine has a quality control issue. That is not a huge problem, but definitely an eyesore. Other than that, though, I would like to start with accessories, as most reviews go, and I just realized that my hands are dirty from moving cardboard boxes at work. So, do mind that My hands are gross. But anyways, so starting off, it appears we have just a molded in gray plastic, and painted with a gold slide for his sidearm. So I'd like to show that off. I like that this doesn't look too futuristic like most of the early G.I. Joe classified figures have for their weapons. Second, I would like to show off what appears to be a rangefinder or some other device. Let me know down below in the comments. So there's a little lens, just no painted parts, just molded in plastic, as you would expect with Hasbro figures. I'll get to the primary here in a second, but you have a molded e-tool, shovel, whatever, with a backpack, and molded in all green. So I like that the shovel was painted just to differentiate it. Stumbled over my own words. And then this appears to be two canteens. Oops, let me get in frame. On the side, kind of making it look like a jetpack, to be honest. That can be clipped on, and I think it goes like maybe like that. And then his primary almost looks like a Galil, like a Gen 2, but extremely futuristic with a hollow hybrid sight. So I'll show you that. Literally not painted at all. I would have liked to see at least the sidearm has a slide. I would like to have seen maybe the scope, at least the magazine painted. I'm sure I could do some customizing of that, although I'm terrible at paint apps. So hopefully the Valiverse weapons for the Action Force line, I know they work for this, so if you end up having this figure, or got it when it came out months ago, you can swap out the weapons, accessories for some of those, which are fairly cheap items, and they come with a bunch in one pack for the accessory pack itself. And I think there's 3 of them currently. Alright, now getting into the figure himself, like I said, have no huge relationship, whatever you want to call it, with G.I. Joe itself. So, can't really say that I'm a huge fan of Duke, because I'm not a huge fan of any character from a line that I don't know much about. Although, looks-wise, it's a pretty cool color scheme. I mean, the mustard yellow shirt, I believe is classic. Although I'm not a huge fan of the color. It does kind of go with his blonde hair. His face doesn't look too bad. I can't really tell looking through the camera, because my lighting isn't great. There does appear to be a scar right there above his eyebrow. Or going through his eyebrow, rather. His eyes look fine. Doesn't look like... I'm using a laptop, so I just had to swipe the screen, so that way we could get more light in here, but it does appear that the rendering or the face model is fairly well done and molded. Doesn't look like there's any quality control paint app issues that I can tell on his head. He does have a white t-shirt, which I just now noticed, hidden behind the collar. This is a rubbery bandolier, so you could take it off, theoretically, by probably removing the hand, or just figuring out, or removing the head and then moving it through one of the arms. He has a peg hole in the back for his backpack, of course. He has a free-floating belt with a spot for that rangefinder, holster for the sidearm. His arms look pretty bland. This one has a patch, and then continuation of the two-toned on the shirt. It looks like he has butterfly joints. He has a really tall neck, which I just noticed. Not that it really matters, but there's that. And then we have an unpainted belt buckle, which I'm pretty sure some of the line has painted belt buckles and some don't. I like that it's a mix of the grays and the greens for most of the figure. The green definitely, you can tell, is probably the mold, and then it's painted gray. And there's a little bit of blue, so it stands out just enough that it's not a completely bland, boring color scheme. And then he has brown boots, which look pretty nice. They go well with the green. I always like brown and green, the kind of forest scheme. Although I'm not sure if it's me, my eyes playing tricks on me, or the figure being messed up. It does appear... Never mind, he has a boot cut. Okay, I didn't realize he had a boot cut right there. I thought his legs were messed up and his shin guards are molded in the wrong spot. So he has a pouch on his side, and all around he looks to be a decent copy. And he has a little bit of gold, which I should have pointed out earlier right there. So that blends pretty well. His colors are nice. The molding is nice. He feels like a quality figure in hand overall. Okay, I would like to bring up one issue about quality control, and I'm going to go ahead and pop the head off, take the bandolier off, and then I would like to show you this right here. So I'm not sure what happened. Everything looks fine until you look right there. So this is all popped in, and then that appears to be popped out. I'm not sure if that... It really doesn't look like something that's supposed to be like that. I mean, played around with enough toys to know whenever it's not supposed to be... like unglued is what it looks like. It looks like it just came unglued, but I don't know how to clamp it back down. I'm pushing as hard as I can, and it's not going back down. So it's not a huge issue. Probably won't care too much about it. It just looks a little weird, unless it was cut some kind of way right there. But it definitely doesn't look like something done on purpose, although haven't watched many reviews on this guy, so if it is done on purpose, then that's my bad, but I didn't realize it. And then, other than that, I haven't noticed any issues with my copy. Okay, I would like to show you the bandolier once more. There's mostly green, and then you have this little painted section, and then the loops are painted. And then it's all just green other than that. I'm going to leave that off for the articulation portion, just because I think he looks better without it. Okay, articulation, we have... It seems to be pretty standard. I actually haven't tried posing them at all, so we'll see if there's any really tight or really loose joints together. So, first, I'm going to try to push the head up. He goes up that much, which is all the way up. Looks to be complete 90, which is honestly kind of weird. You could fly. And then we have, of course, straight, and then that's as far as down as he can go using the neck, and then that's as far down as he can go using just his head joint. Pushing the neck back up, of course, he can rotate 360. Seems to be fine right there. And then the neck has little rotation as well. I'm trying to get like the best view, but my phone is getting in the way, so I can't really tell. Hopefully you guys can see that, but his neck rotates just a little bit as expected. A little bit of tilt to the side, a little bit of tilt to the other side, kind of gets restricted. And then there's tilt back, and of course a little bit of tilt forward as I showed you. And then, so for the arms, it looked like he had a butterfly joint, which I guess he kind of does right here. He can't really utilize it. Like that one went in, so I know there's one there. It might not be very useful. This one appears to be stuck completely. It is a brand new figure. Like, literally just opened it 5 minutes ago, so that could be why. As far as arm rotation, it goes up like that, all the way around. His shoulders, as they pop, well, that one did, this one didn't. This one's kind of loose, like almost a little floppy. Go up that much, so then you can rotate his bicep. His elbows are double jointed. You can rotate his wrist. The wrists are a little tight. Not sure if there's any like, up, down. Not sure if that's a ball peg or just a ball joint. Can't move it right now, so I'm not sure. And then his arms can go back down, hopefully. That much. You can put his arms behind him if you want to. Almost completely perfect. So leaving the arms up. Well, hopefully leaving them up. There we go. Like I said earlier, this is a free floating belt. So you can take that off. It's not attached, although it would look kind of weird. Kind of looks like he has a tucked in shirt underneath without the actual belt there. And then this is also free floating, so I guess that's technically articulation. You can move all the way to the front if you really wanted to. You can move it all the way to the back. I would probably glue it where I wanted it, probably about right there. Keep it in, but up, down. Pushing it down gets it stuck on the pocket, which is probably the best place for it, in my opinion. It is not painted at all, from what I noticed. His legs now, it seems to be standard articulation for like Marvel Legends. Oh, I also forgot the abs. Well, first the waist can go down and back. And then you can rotate it all the way around. It's pretty tight. And then the abs can go down like standard Marvel Legends. Can go back just like standard Marvel Legends. And then, so legs go up and don't get hindered by the belt, but they get hindered right there. So that's about 45, almost, I don't know, not really good with angles, but it's not quite 90. But if you push it up, you can get it to go all the way up that to the side. It just won't go straight up, and then back is going to be completely hindered. That's as far back as you're going to get it to go. He can rotate his thighs, it appears. That'll go 360. And then double jointed knees. So he can kick his own ass. Pushing those back down. Like I said earlier, he has a boot cut. So that's nice. And then his toe, or his foot, can go all the way back. He has no toe joint. So you can pivot him forward like that. Of course, it's restricted. And then side to side like that. And that is all the articulation that I noticed, unless I'm missing. Okay, so I almost broke his hand, this one specifically, trying to see if there was a hinge. So there's a hinge on both of them. This one goes side to side. This one goes down and up for some reason. I don't know why they're different, but if you try to push that back, you'll break the joint. Mine is already turning white from being stressed. Just wanted to mention that. Alright, there he is loaded up with all of his accessories. Everything that he comes with is on his person, in his hand, on his backpack. Well, his backpack is on. I mean, I put his bandolier back on, posed him in this sort of squatting pose just to see what he could do. To follow up, I would like to say that this is a decent first impression. Of course, it's Hasbro, so I do expect quality control issues on every single figure that I buy from them, just because it's history. I'll give you one quick look of the Lady J that I have not opened yet to go in the background. Maybe if I have better lighting. There she is. So I think getting these two out together, out at a park or even in a home studio, anywhere with like a forest or some water, something for photography would be pretty interesting. I definitely like to look on Instagram when I see that people have posted pictures of group shots with them and they look better together than they do alone, that's for sure. So here's your shot of Lady J, her accessories, front of the box, and then one last look at Duke before I sign off. And my camera level real quick, relatively level. I'd like to say if you made it this far, please hit the like button. If you made it this far and didn't like the video, obviously you can hit the dislike button as well. Honestly, interaction matters. It doesn't bother me if you dislike the video. I just like to see that a like or a dislike allows me to know for sure that someone actually watched the video, unlike sometimes the views are glitched or they're just bots. So no interactions. I think that people haven't actually watched, or they clicked right back off. So if you made it this far, comment in the comment section, obviously, that you enjoyed the video or you didn't enjoy the video, what I could change, what you liked. Obviously, if you say I should change the cardboard box as the background, I could technically do that, but the light box that I have is smaller, although I would love to have a light box right now. I cut a hole in the top of an Amazon box, the box that they came in, the figures came in, and I have a lamp and the bedroom light on. So there's that. I'm rambling at this point, so I'd like to say thanks for watching and goodbye.